Hey guys, we're taking what we've been doing all of this unit and all of last unit, we're taking it one step further, and today we're going to graph quadratic inequalities. It's not a whole lot different than linear inequalities from way back in unit 3, but now we've got a parabola instead of a line. So the first thing we need to do when they're in vertex form is we're going to graph it like we did in 7.1 to 7.4. Sorry, that's from last year. So we have 7.1 to 7.4. This one is a vertex at 2, 1. So I'm going to graph that point 2, 1. It opens up and it moves like a normal graph. So I'm going to over 1, up 1, over 1, up 3. Only catch here is I'm going to keep going all the way to the top of my graph, or bottom in the case of those that go downward. Then we're going to look, we got to test at a point. Here's the one thing that's also the catch. If we have here, just like in the unit 3, if we have greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, we're going to have a solid line. And if we have greater than or less than, we're going to have a dashed line on our parabola, just like with open circle and closed circle with the just graphing on a number line. So we graph, this is a solid line. And then what we need, we're going to do is we're going to test points inside and outside. I'm going to stick with my test points of 0, 0. And because 0, 0 is right here, and then that way I can test to see if it works. If I put in 0, 0, I get 0 should be greater than or equal to 0 minus 2 squared plus 1. 0 minus 2 is negative 2, negative 2 squared is 4, plus 1 is 5. That does not produce a true statement. So then what we do is we shade where it's true. If 0, 0, which is outside the parabola, is not true, then we're going to shade 0 where 0 it isn't to make it true. So we're going to shade inside the parabola. And that's all there is to it. So let's take a look at one now in standard form. When we have standard form, we're going to find our variables, x-intercepts, we're going to find our y-intercept, we're going to find our vertex, and we're going to graph it and test our points. So vertex is going to be x equals the opposite of b over 2a. Opposite of b is positive 2 over 2 times 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So that means my vertex is 1 comma something. Then we substitute that 1 in, so we got 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 8. 1 squared is 1, 2 times 1 is 2, 1 minus 2 is negative 1, minus 8 is negative 9. So 1, negative 9 is going to be our vertex. And then our y-intercept is 0, c, or 0, negative 8. So we graph that, we mirror that. And then we have our x-intercepts. We need to factor. That means we're going to go with two numbers that multiply to negative 8 and add to negative 2, which means we're going to go with negative 4 and positive 2, which means we have x minus 4, x plus 2. We're going to set those both equal to 0. And when I solve that, I get x equals 4 and negative 2. So that means I have 4, 0 and negative 2, 0. So we plot those, negative 2, 0, 4, 0, and I have again a solid line. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to keep drawing it up all the way to the edge of the graph. And then I'm going to test 0, 0 again. And if I test 0, 0, I get 0 greater than or equal to 0 squared minus 2 times 0 minus 8, which gives you 0 greater than or equal to negative 8. That is true. Here's what I was talking about with why you need to draw all the way to the top of the graph. So one of the things that happens and let me just color this in. One of the things that happens is people will say they get a parabola. I'm going to draw this over on the side here. Whether it's a dotted line or a dashed solid line, they get this parabola that looks like this. And then they just end up determining that they need to shade outside the parabola. And what they end up doing is this. They shade all the way around and then they do this. They say, well, it's outside, but remember, this is where it gets tricky. This line continues up, which means that technically this shading would be incorrect. So you need to make sure you shade all the way to the top of your graph. All right, so that's it for you. I didn't do a factored form one, but you guys should know how to draw in factored form. So I've got two of them for you to here to practice. We got y is less than x plus 2 to the quantity squared minus 3, and y is greater than x squared plus 4x minus 12. Make sure you check your shading, make sure you test a point, make sure you graph all your correct points, make sure you check for a dash versus solid line. And as always, bring your questions with you to class.